hello, and welcome, my beautiful, vibrant souls, to today's pick a card reading. Welcome back to all of my lovely returning friends, and hello and welcome to all my newcomers. Today's reading is just going to be a really nice, sweet, simple pick a card about, did not realize I gotta fix that. Okay, sorry you guys, I can't help myself. But excuse me, it's gonna be a nice, simple pick a card all about words of love from your angels. You know, we all have those times where we just feel like shit, if I'm being honest. And sometimes it's really nice to kind of be able to get in touch with that angelic energy and just to know that you are protected, you are safe, you're loved, and you're being watched over. And so today's pick a card is to kind of hopefully help talk about that and bring more specific words of encouragement, advice, support, and love from your angels to your sweet little earballs. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited to get into it today. We have 3 piles to choose from as usual. Today we have, well, I was like, today we don't have crystals on them because I felt called to just have them be, they're naked. They're beautiful. My bald, beautiful, naked babies. I'm fine. We're okay. Anyway, before I get weirder somehow, we have from left to right piles 1, 2, and 3. Pick whichever one you feel intuitively drawn to the most. Feel free to pause the video if you need to have more time to look at all your options and contemplate. Meditate on this. When you're ready, when you have selected one, head to the timestamps in the description box that will take you to your selected option. And with that, I am going to start with group 1. Okie dokie, we can frame, yeah. Super good at not doing that. Hi, group 1. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I can pick up anything for you, first of all, before I get started. I already feel, there's so much cat fur in my life, you guys. I'm sorry. I do clean this off every time before I go to film, and it's like cat fur magically appears through some portal I'm unaware of. So I'm feeling like if you were drawn to this group, I wouldn't say this is like full on, you know, dark night of the soul, everything is just turned to shit around you kind of a thing, but I do feel like you're going through some ups and downs and some challenges. I'm seeing a lot of the color like a light blue in my third eye for this pile. Oof, excuse my burp. And so I feel like you're on this quest for higher truth. In a really positive way. So maybe you're trying to really find like the silver lining in a difficult situation. You're really like looking for the lesson amidst the chaos. It's just like you're trying to make, what I'm hearing is you're trying to make sense or like make heads or tails or something of something, excuse me. And I feel like it's just because I almost get the impression for this group, it's like you can deal with it if things are tough, but you just, at least you want to understand what's happening, why it's happening. It's like, let me get the most out of the experience. And I feel like you're really trying to stay optimistic that something is happening or has recently happened in your life for a reason. And so I feel like your angels wanted to acknowledge that for you before we got started today. Excuse my cough. I'm sorry. All right, one more, you guys ready? There we go. Sorry, my asthma, she is so bad. Yeah, so with that, let's get started. Let's see what you have. You have the soul star chakra with pink amethyst, divine love. Can you see that? I'm always terrified of lighting my cards on fire. But this is card 16, so that reduces to a 7. Okay. You have physical touch is important. This is card 47. That reduces to an 11, which reduces to a 2. And it says, for some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Oh, that's cute. I like that. That's really nice. All right. You have vitality, Mexican marigold. Can you see that? This is card 43, so we have another 7 in the mix here. Y'all got invention, okay. Creativity guide, this is 26, that reduces to an 8. You guys, please don't tell anyone that I briefly forgot how to do basic addition. Like, we don't have to talk about it. Oh, nice. You also have confidence. Sorry about the glare. Make sure you guys can see it. Moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough, along with knowing that God works through you and with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and faith. Obviously, this card utilizes the terminology, like the God terminology. Please feel free to substitute that with whatever belief system that you personally resonate with. It does not have to be traditional God consciousness as we understand it. There's a little butterfly here too. So again, something is transforming. And is this a carnation or a rose? Hang on, I'm blind as a bat. I think she's got a rose in her hair. So again, with this divine love, I feel like something is shifting and changing. Something in regards to possibly to a love situation. I'll get into it. Something is shifting and changing. Just bear with me. So for your tarot, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Love this tarot deck. Makes me super hungry every time. Oh, shit, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Love it. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And how am I going to do this? You know what? I did not think this one through, but I'm going to do this. We're going to figure it out. Y'all ready? Have confidence up here. Now she's looking at them smooching hands and stuff. I like it. It's spicy. All right. And the Ten of Cups, you guys. All right. Okay. Alrighty. So for some of you, this has to do with a home. For a lot of you, this is going to have to do with a relationship. Okay. Where do I want to begin here? So what I feel like is happening is there's nothing I can do to make that work. I'm sorry. That's okay. This is where we are. Okay, so for a lot of you, whatever the situation is with the Knight of Pentacles here, I feel like you've been at it for a while. Also with the Seven of Pentacles, because the Seven is reversed, I feel like and interesting, we have the Italian flag here, we have it here, and then we have the Italian flag kind of referenced in terms of the colors here. So maybe some of you are Italian, or with the plane here, maybe you're thinking about traveling to Italy. I just heard semester abroad, so some of you are thinking about doing that. We'll talk more about that. But for a lot of you, because we have divine love here, and then we have the Ten of Cups and the Knight and the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like this could be about a relationship. I feel like it's not moving as fast as you want, and with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, it almost seems like it's come to a standstill. For some of you, because with physical touch is important, your partner's love language, primary love language, may be physical touch, and this might leave you wondering if this is just like a physical relationship. And what I'm really getting is it's not. This person really expresses their, what I'm hearing, adoration. Oh, lucky. This person really expresses their affection and adoration through physical touch. So it's not that they're like trying to excuse me, put more emphasis on any sexual aspects of this connection. It's like, I feel like your person struggles with their words, and that's a way that they show that they care. For some of you. So with this Ten of Cups and this divine love, if we're talking about a relationship here, your person really, really loves you. This is a very blessed connection. I do feel like you, with the Queen of Pentacles here, you might be more, there might be a little bit of an age difference, or you might be more materially established, or just more grounded in yourself as a person than your person is with the Knight. But I do feel like they're trying to catch up. I feel like they're growing and they're learning, and they're trying to meet you where you're at. And again, the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. And with the Queen of Pentacles, I can tell that, you know, you've been very patient. And you're a very giving, loving person. I'm hearing it's good rapport between the two of you. There's equal give and take. I feel like it's taking a long time for them to, because we have the express here, for them to express their emotions. And I know it's weird, but there's, in this little sign here, is Dove il bagno, which is Italian for where's the bathroom. And I know that sounds silly, but like, any kind of like imagery of a bathroom always makes me think of like cleansing and release work, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. So I feel like your person is kind of releasing a lot of old habits that don't really serve them, especially with vitality here as well. I feel like they're kind of trying to work through anything that's been kind of keeping them stuck, or kind of like stealing their energy, right? They're trying to kind of like get rejuvenated, and I feel like they're stepping into this like period of time where I don't think they're reinventing themselves, but it's something pretty similar. It's like a totally blank page for them, and they're trying really hard to kind of like rewrite this. I feel like they're trying to become the King of Pentacles. So if this is a relationship and you've really been struggling, you're looking to find the silver lining, you guys have been maybe having a lot of fights, or you've been doubting how they feel. Things have just been kind of weird. Again, we have a long path pictured here and here, but they're different. Like this one's paved and this one's not. Again, it's like you're ahead of your person in some way. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is in terms of your self-confidence and like how well you know yourself. I think your person's still catching up. And your person's kind of learning to, again, kind of almost recreate themselves, or rebuild, or like redefine, redesign, something like that. They're at like this little bit of a turning point. But I do think that they see the 10 of Cups with you. They see you as like the type of person they would want to share a home with, have a family with, have a significant relationship with. They love you very much. I think that they do struggle with expressing their emotions, because look how the espresso is like spilling out of the cup almost. It's like I feel like they have a lot of emotions, and it's kind of like they don't know how to express them without just like totally spilling it. And I feel like you would be fine with that, but they don't want to like come on too strong, because look how many roses are all over the ground. I almost said the floor. Whoops, the floor of the earth. But look how many roses are all over the ground. It's like they love you so much, and they see so much, and they see the love growing and building with you. So if you're struggling in a romantic relationship, what your angels really want you to know is to have confidence in this, to have confidence in yourself, to have confidence in this relationship and in how much this person loves you. And just like be patient, you know, obviously use your own intuition, heed your own inner counsel above that of all others, including myself. But this person's really trying to build, you know, from the ground up, start from scratch, because I feel like they're really trying to match you. Excuse me. Excuse me. They're really trying to match you. They're really trying to make sure they can be the kind of person that can, I don't want to say stand up to you, but like that can stand beside you, right? That can match you, and that can be an equal contributor in this relationship. And I don't just mean that materially, though that may certainly be a part of it. But your team just wants you to know that any because especially with the 7 of Pentacles, so the Knight and then the 7 of Pentacles reversed, I feel like things have been slow moving in general, and I do feel like you're a really patient person, but it almost might appear like things have ground to a halt. Things have just kind of stopped, and you're kind of like, well, what's going on here? And this person's like really working hard to try to get just a little more stable, but they do love you. And I feel like with the train here, they do have like, because you know trains always run on their little tracks, and it's like, it's interesting how we have, you know, this path with like a dirt road and then a paved road, and now we have these train tracks. Like your person's trying to make a really solid plan on how to move forward, because they really like, they love the shit out of you, and they're really getting rid of anything that's just not conducive to building this partnership or to this divine love. They've had this awakening to how much they love you and how special this connection is, and I feel like it's causing them to have to like go back to the drawing board, and also to like, they might be more inspired with their creativity lately because of this connection. Or they may just be kind of like, what I'm almost feeling is kind of redefining their big philosophies in life, and like recreating how they want to, like what they want to build in the world, what they want to invest in, what they want to grow. Because again, we have Pentacles, 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 and then we have a lot of flowers here, and obviously flowers here because that's the flower oracle. Yeah, so just, you know, stay confident. For some of you too, I know this is really weird, but for some of you it's almost, I feel like the opposite, like any physical intimacy between the two of you has kind of maybe like stalled or something, and the love is there very much so, but I feel like this is causing you to kind of like doubt yourself. and your team just wants you to like have confidence in this connection, because I feel like your person's in like a little bit of cocoon mode, and this because they're trying to regain their energy, and they're trying to kind of reinvent themselves to be a good match for you. Now, for those of you where this is not about a romance, you're really contemplating your happiness. And I can see with the Knight of Pentacles, you've been on this journey for a long time. And again, for some of you, you're thinking about traveling, you're thinking about doing a semester abroad, or you're thinking about moving very, very far. And I feel like if that's the case, because look, the plane's headed this way, and it has to go through the Seven of Pentacles reversed to get to the Ten of Cups. So if that's the case, I do feel like you've been doing a lot of inner work, a lot of grounding of, who you are, working on your self-confidence, your self-worth, maybe working on your physical body, and like, making better choices for your health, maybe trying out a new, like strict diet or exercise regimen, or something that like just really tends to your physical body in a really beautiful, loving way. And this divine love that you are having for yourself, that you are giving to yourself, is elevating you so much, right? Again, you're going from the Knight to the Queen, really. And so I feel like you've been getting in touch with what it is you truly want with this Ten of Cups, but there's this physical barrier. This might be what this like physical, whoops. All right, back up, Sinessa. What this physical touch card can kind of talk about in this scenario is it feels like there's this physical barrier between you and what you really, really want. And it's kind of like, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know what's going to happen. Like I really want this thing, but I have no idea how to make that happen. Oh, I have a nice little cat scratch. I didn't notice that till right now. That's nice. That's so pretty. Whoops. And if that's the case, what your team really wants you to know is, again, like you've been kind of in this energy of, reinventing yourself, of deciding what it is that you most deeply desire. And to have confidence that you will get to where you want to go, that Spirit's going to provide the right resources when they're needed. Because especially with this Seven of Pentacles being the pressed one, this kind of feels like, maybe pressed for time, your back's against the wall, you're kind of trying to figure it out. And this is very much like, have confidence and faith in the fact that Spirit's going to deliver you to your deepest desires the exact moment that you're supposed to be there, right? Because we have uno, due, tres, and so it's like 1, 2, 3. Everything has to happen in a certain sequential order, and we see that movement forward here from the Knight to the Queen as well. It's like you've been doing this work, and this is all part of the journey. And like I talked about this before, but we have, an unpaved road, and then a paved road, and then the train tracks. It's like you're progressing step by step. So have confidence and faith in the process that Spirit is kind of like supporting you and helping you. You are very much in alignment. You are very much on the right path within yourself. Keep going with that, right? And for some of you, if you've really been trying to kind of deal with delays, blockages, difficulties that stand in the way between you and, something or someone you love, excuse me. Oh my God, I'm sorry. You're really being encouraged right now to do things that are very nurturing to you in terms of your physical senses. So this would be, and we see this with physical touch and also with the, Queen of Pentacles, but I almost said the Turkey of Pentacles. Oh my God. And then I almost said the Queen of Turkey accidentally. I'm like, God, what's happening in here? But things that really nurture your physical senses, your creativity. So if you have a type of art that you like to do, it would be really good to invest time in that, especially with all the orange here on the Vitality card, like anything creative you like to do or that particularly inspires you. So treating yourself to good food, like beautiful music that makes you feel things, in a strong way. Taking time out to be in nature, to meditate, like, enjoying like things that you think smell really good, and just like kind of working on that like somatic healing, or that kind of, that bodily regulation within yourself, your nervous system regulation might help you kind of work through this, because I do feel like there's a little bit of sadness here. And it was interesting, we talked about light blue because we have it here and here and here. So you will find the purpose in this difficult period or these stalls that you are encountering currently, but you are on your way to your desire. Have confidence that Spirit has heard you and you are headed toward this 10 of Cups and this beautiful divine love. Again, whether this is within yourself or between you and Spirit, you know, with yourself in a project that you really are fascinated with, a dream that you have, or with another person that you're looking to develop more of a relationship with, whether you have one currently or you're looking to start one. Yeah, so the main message here is really have confidence. You are on your way to your greatest and deepest happiness. This looks absolutely beautiful. I think this is just about everything I see for group 1. I hope this has been helpful. If you need help with your particular situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. Other than that, I'm wishing you guys the best, brightest, most beautiful things that life has to offer, and I am going to move to group 2. Bye, guys. Okay, hi group 2. Oh, excuse my cough, I'm just stealing a sip of my coffee. All right, so for you guys, I was getting a lot of colors for the groups today. For yours is like this cute little light cotton candy pink. So I don't know if you guys are just like my sweet, wow, I almost said my sweet little sugar babies. That's not what I mean. Although, you know, you do you, whatever makes you happy, sweetheart. I support you. But yeah, I don't know if like this is like you guys are just like my cute little cotton candy little angel babes. But this just feels like a lot of lighthearted, happy energy. I really like it a lot. And so if this is something, I feel like this is something that you've been trying to cultivate, or this is how you are and you are kind of like shining that light for other people, this is kind of speaking to that. So let's see what your angels want to talk to you about today. You guys have, you have fluorite with introspection. This is card 15, and that reduces to a 6. Just making sure you guys can see it because you know how good I am at not putting stuff in frame. Kind of my thing. The stupidest flex I've had all day. You guys have, okay, you have like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. This is card 2. Here we go. You guys have, partnerships and love, nature spirits. This is also card 2. So repeating 2s might be important for you. You have energy work. Can you guys see that? Life can be electrifying, excuse me, because its very essence is energy. Your body is a remarkable energy field that will positively respond to loving treatments. Your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. That's cool as hell. I was like, oh, there's a little baby in there, and she's like, nobody touched this kid. Fuck you. You guys have, okay, card 24. This is inspiration with the Siberian iris. This reduces to a 6. So we have 2 6s and 2 2s. I don't know why that was really hard for me to say. 2 2s. Never been so shaky on the word 2 before. Ooh, okay. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. We have, there it is. Okay, I can see why. We have the thing. The donuts is the 5 of Wands. There we go. Had a total brain fart. Okay. We also have the 7 of Wands. Oh, boy. All right. Shit, and the 10 of Swords. What happened, you guys? Okay. I feel like I see what's going on here. First of all, with the Knight of Swords, we have all swords and wands here. With the Knight of Swords, we could be dealing with a masculine air energy, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Does not have to be, but that could be the case. Could be you or somebody that you're working with or dealing with. Okay, so for a lot of you, I feel like you're having a lot, excuse me, of stress when it comes to your partnerships and love in this life. And I feel like with the 10 of Swords here, this is because you've had a lot of really challenging situations in the past, a lot of heartbreak. This could be with people who just like had a lot of really chaotic energy with this Five of Wands, and especially too because it's in this one it's this, you know, the sweet holy one, the donut. I feel like these could be people who seemed very, very like sweet on the surface, but there's actually like a lot of like, you know, really charged up energy with the coffee and like chaos with the cop car. There's a lot of just like things started out really well and then it would crash and burn, or like it almost seems like the rug was pulled out from under you, because the cast iron, well, yes, the 10 of Swords in the traditional tarot, it's a man laying face down with like 10 swords stabbed in his back, and it's just as bad as it looks. Like, it's exactly what you think if somebody had 10 swords stabbed in their back. But it's always about like betrayal, really difficult endings, stuff that you've been worried about, like worst case scenario, and then some kind of sprinkled on top. And I feel like this has made you understandably kind of defensive when it comes to partnerships in your life. And this doesn't just have to be romantic. This could be, you know, working with, you know, if you work in like a very person-centered field, or like maybe let's say, you know, you do spiritual work, energy work, you know, if you work in like social services, or I don't know why I keep saying work because I was like thinking about something else. This also can be talking about like friendships, collaborators. I feel like you're having a hard time connecting to people in general, or a hard time letting the love in. Because look at how these three hands are trying to offer stars and they like can't get through. But I feel like, and this is really interesting too, because this is card 15, so this card in particular will make me think sometimes of that devil energy in the tarot. We have introspection. So this is a pattern that comes from really negative past experiences, and I feel like it's kind of caused you to be very, very guarded, which is understandable. But with the Knight of Swords here, I feel like this can kind of show up in one of two ways. Is that either you might be very, very quick to cut someone out, to like speak very, very bluntly to the point where it's, I wouldn't say it's like mean, but it's not necessarily helpful for you. Or this could cause you to, just making sure that we were still recording, so my phone made a weird sound. So this also could kind of be talking about, I feel like if you kind of sense this energy, because I feel like if you pick this pile, you're very sensitive to energy, right? You might identify as a clairsentient, an empath. You might do Reiki. I feel like you're just very, very, very sensitive to other people's energy. So you've had to become very conscientious and very cautious of who is in your circle. But because this awareness has come through negative experiences in the past, I feel like it's made you a tad guarded. So again, either maybe you're very quick to like, you know, very like quick with your words to the point where sometimes it's possibly a little cutting, or it's like too blunt, or you might just be very quick to cut someone off or put up a wall or some type of barrier with them. And I think it's hard because you are very energetically sensitive. So you can really like sense when something is amiss, but you might be quick to kind of catastrophize a little bit, if I'm being honest. And that's totally understandable. Seeing these cards, I would not blame you. But you might be kind of a little bit quick to catastrophize and think like, oh, it's going to be like this because, you know, this prior thing that happened is really similar to that. So it's probably going to end up like this. So I'm going to like, you know, take a big step back from this person, from this job, like from this activity. Like, it feels like when things are good, you're in the circle, and then the second anything kind of like reminds you of this situation, there's like that alarm bell feeling, and I feel like your first response might be to kind of like close yourself off from other people. Because we also have this angel protecting this baby, I feel like this is a situation in your life, because we have a 10 here, right? So something ended, and I feel like this is a new situation in your life, and you're really, really, really trying to protect it and guard it. And I feel like with partnerships and love here, again, this is like some type of collaboration. This is a friendship. This is, you know what, actually, I'm gonna pull a tarot card because I want to get, I'm spiritually nosy. What is this situation mostly speaking about for many of us? Oh my God, I'm terrified it's gonna fall. Yeah, okay, this is probably a relationship for a lot of you. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is something where you really put your heart into it before, and I feel like people haven't really contributed equally. I feel like, you know, because we have 2 knights here, and we have essentially the knight of the heart and the knight of the head, right? And I feel like you've been the knight of the heart before. Like I said, you're my sweet little like angel babies, my little love bugs. I think you're very sensitive and very loving, and I feel like you've been that person a lot. And I'm like really noticing right now this little house with the little gate in the front. It's like, it kind of feels like you sort of closed yourself off. You've made yourself your little home, your little comfort zone. And it's really interesting that on this card, and this card, there's like these little structures, and they're kind of like these little tiny structures off doing their own thing. But I feel like you've made yourself a comfort zone, because you've already kind of been through so much. We have mountains depicted here. We have a little bit of mountains in the background. We have mountains here, right? So we have a lot of obstacles, and I feel like you've kind of been through that a lot. And now you might just be kind of like a little burnt out on love and partnerships. You might be just like a little bit too wary, because I'm noticing the 3 X's, and being more mature about it almost makes me think of like 3 strikes, you're out. But I feel like you might either be like going for less than 3, or like what constitutes like a strike is your bar for that is a lot lower than it used to be, which is not a problem, right? It's hard when you're negotiating good boundaries to kind of put up that line and figure out where to kind of be flexible and where to really be rigid and stand your ground. But I just feel like you've kind of been knocked down so many times and been stabbed in the back so many times, or suffered so many heartbreaks, that it's very, very easy for you to kind of just like put up some type of barrier. But something I'm really drawn to, because we have a 10 and all of the little slices are here in the cast iron, is that cycle in your life has come to a completion. That cycle, like you've had all the experiences that cycle in your life can offer. And I do feel like whatever this is that Spirit is referencing for you, you are really emotionally drawn to it. You really want this. You really love this. This is why you manifested this into your life, right? Because you're longing for more love in your life. You're that kind of, you're a lover. You're a sweetheart. Like, you're a little love bug. And so I just, yeah, I don't know. I see that, like, I feel like you are that kind of a person, but your experiences have kind of made you a little bit wary, and understandably so. But what your angels kind of are here to talk to you about is that you really deserve to have the love that you're looking for. And I feel like with introspection here as well, you've been thinking about this lately. You might be thinking about you know, your patterns, and how to bring in more love into your life in a way that feels safe for you. Especially too with the image on this card. Because if you look at, can you see that? I'm always holding it outside the frame. There we go. See, it's like her and then the little mini her, right? I feel like you're working really closely with your higher self on this one. And your higher self is trying to guide you to, it's like trying to guide you. So with inspiration here as well, you may have recently been put in a similar situation. So if this was like a job, you may have recently gotten offered a new one, and you're kind of encountering, I feel like you're encountering a situation that you're really inspired to pursue. And there are some similar kind of, like I said, like little red flags being thrown up. And I feel like your instinct is to assume that this is how it ends. And again, very understandably so. But what your angels want you to know is that you're in a different place than you were when you had those experiences. Again, look at all the slices are here. All of the pieces are there. This cycle has been completed. I want to pull you guys a couple more cards, because I want to look at what is the energy around this situation for you, whether it's a love relationship, a friendship, a job, a creative, you know, a creative venture. This feels like something where, again, there's some progress here, but you're trying to decide whether or not to keep investing in it. I feels like it's one of those things where, like, this is like an April Fool's thing. You're like, are you for real or not? I'm like, is this for real, or is this just going to end up like this? So what is the energy, the true energy of the situation going on for pile 2? Because I do want to kind of look into that for you. Yeah? All right. Hopefully give you some clarity. Yeah. Okay. Oh, here we have the Chariot reversed at the bottom. You're doing, and look at, there's that little cast iron skillet. You're doing a lot of shadow work. This is shadow work now, I guess. That's what it looks like. That's how the shadow moves. Okay, so in this deck, the duo is the Hermit, but I always find it weird that it's the duo. So this is really interesting because in this deck, because it's like this, I feel like this is something where this is kind of talking about like there is duality in being by yourself, and there is a singularity and a oneness to being with others, right? It's seeing yourself in others and seeing other people in yourself as well. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but oh shit, okay. Again, it's also too, with this being the equivalent of the Hermit, this would be Virgo energy. And then we have the extra firm one, which would be the equivalent of the Judgment card, so 2 major arcanas. Oh, this is lovely. And then the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, I really like this. So Judgment card right here, kind of what we were talking about. You're at a turning point in your life. And with the introspection as well, paired up with the Judgment and the Hermit, I feel like you've been doing a lot of introspection. You've really been trying to understand the role that you play in these scenarios in your life. So if this is, you know, friendships, you've been trying to understand, because I do feel like this is a repeating pattern that's happened many times. And so I feel like you've really done the work to understand your part in this pattern and to try to grow and change. And because we have a 10 here, and then we also have the Judgment card, you are turning a corner, right? This is a new experience for you. And again, with the Hermit, I do feel like you've not only been going inward and kind of really doing that introspective work, but if this is about you connecting with another person, you know, you guys might be struggling right now because we have mountains in the background and we have a long path. You might be kind of struggling a little bit right now because you're both going through this period of time. But this particular version, you know, where you're both kind of hermit mode, but this particular version of the Hermit always makes me think of, like, again, like, because there's, you know, the quintessential duo here. It always makes me think of being together when you're apart and still being an individual when you're together, right? So with partnerships and love, this is really like seeing yourself as a part of a group, seeing yourself as connecting with others authentically, and seeing the things you have in common more than you see the ways in which you're different, right? And being able to love from that place, because I feel like whatever happened here, it's made you feel really rejected for who you are. Especially, you know, again, if you come to a situation with love and you've been taken advantage of and you've been hurt, it can be doubly painful because you want that love and now it's been made to feel unsafe. And if you're kind of a lover and you like to be that squish, like that little squish for people, it's really hard, because then to feel safe, you kind of end up having to abandon yourself a little bit as well. And it's just that added sting. So I feel like you've really been working on finding this balance between setting boundaries and being really healthy with it, versus not, you know, being too closed off. And this is really what you've been working on. And I feel like whatever situation has come into your life recently that mimics these patterns, you and this, you know, the other energy involved in this situation are kind of both in this cocoon hermit mode in order to try to like see the situation clearly. But I do feel like it's very different because we have and look at all the mountains, Jesus, in the back. But because we have the Judgment card, I do feel like you are turning a corner. And this situation is different with the 6 of Pentacles, because this is going to, excuse me, give to you equally, right? This is going to be, if this is a relationship, this is somebody who wants to meet your needs. This is somebody who wants to be generous with you, who wants to give as much as you do, right? And this is why I feel like you're being, you know, encouraged, where it's like, if you're longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. You're being really encouraged at this time to just not really hold back in the love, right? Have good boundaries, protect your energy when you need to, but to trust your intuition enough to be able to open up to people. Because I do feel that you're having, you know, maybe relationships, friendships, collaborators come into your life, especially again with the mountains after a period of struggle, who really want to meet you in the middle, who really want to give to you, really want to balance the scales. If somebody has kind of done some not so great stuff here and you're afraid of this 10 of Swords, I do feel like they want to come in and apologize. They want to, you know, balance the scales. They want to right their wrongs, because they do really, really value you and they really appreciate you. They see how you're very similar. And I think anytime apart, any kind of, you know, any kind of quietness, any sort of like, you know, if you had a little bit of a fight or anything like that, has given them time to think about how you're more similar than you are different. And that's why I feel like you're at this turning point, and this situation is different than the past experiences you've had. And your angels really want you to know that you're protected and you're very loved throughout this process. Like, and what I'm really getting here is we, as a collective, need your energy in the world. We need more of that, and we're lucky to have you. And as hard as it is to be that person, to have to keep, you know, putting your energy out there in the world and hope that people, you know, hope that people are kind to you, right? Because even if you are an energy worker, if you are a spiritual person, if you do spiritual work, you're still, you know, part of your identity is still, you know, being human. You're a divine being having a spiritual experience, and it's like, yeah, I want to serve spirit and I want to help people, but like, I'm human. I have feelings too. I have needs too. You know, it's hard to balance those two things, but you're doing a really, really good job, and this is a process. And something else I'm getting to with inspiration is that you wouldn't be encouraged toward this path and inspired to like pursue, you know, wanting more friends in your life, or wanting a business partner, a creative collaborator, or a relationship. You wouldn't be inspired toward that if that wasn't the next step on your journey, if that wasn't the right path for you. So really focus right now on trying to show yourself love, really focus on your healing, and know that you're due for a new experience. What is unfolding now is different than what you have had prior, right? So what I'm kind of getting here is like, there's no need to sort of jump to conclusions prematurely. I think things are going to turn out better than you expected, especially if you're expecting this 10 of Swords. If things have been a little bit rocky with, you know, this situation, anyone who needs to kind of have an apology or again kind of balance the scales is going to come forward in order to do so. And with a little swordfish here, this might really surprise you. Surprise. Sorry. So, because it's also, I don't know why this always makes me think of the Page of Cups with the little fish popping out here. So somebody's going to come forward with like a nice, very authentic, very genuine emotional offering. And again, could be an apology if that's what's warranted. Because anyone involved in this situation values the connection they have with you, and values the partnership and the spiritual partnership that you guys share, and doesn't want to disrespect that, doesn't want to spoil that, is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, and your angels just really want you to know that you're doing a good job, and that things are about to take you know, a much more pleasant turn. So I think that's everything I have for group 2. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. It's been an honor, a joy, and a delight to get to read for you, and I'm wishing you guys the best, brightest, most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care, love bugs, and I'm going to move on to group 3. Bye. Okay, hello group 3. Okay, I'm actually taking a sip of my coffee, sorry. I thought I was ready, I was not. Okay, so for you guys, I'm getting like a feeling of I'm so I'm seeing a lot of like orangey kind of colors, but like a lighter orange. I feel like you guys are starting to get your zest back. You're starting to get a little more motivated for something. But I do still feel like it's in its initial stages. So if this is something like a creative project, for example, you might be just at its kind of inception point right now. You're kind of kicking around ideas, but whatever this is, I feel like you're starting to get excited. The wheels are starting to turn a little bit. And I feel that this is after a period of, this feels like creative or mental stagnation, right? You just can't find that idea. You kind of just stuck in the same thought patterns. You know, it's something where it's like, I just feel like I'm kind of running into a wall over and over and over and over again, right? And I feel like this is starting to shift and change for you. And it's like, you can kind of see, you feel it starting to change, and you're kind of seeing the pieces start to align for you. And it's like, okay, believe it or not, this shit is coming together. So this is really nice. I like this. This is a good energy to start off on. So let's see what your angels want to talk to you about. Ooh, okay. Let me see. Card 23 with a lace agate, the air element, and adaptability. Yeah, okay, there we go. So this reduces to a 5 in case that's important for you. You have... Oh, okay, you have balance. It's card 36. That reduces to a 9. So we got a little bit of Libra energy going on here. I guess, yeah, more air. So yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with that air element. We have, okay, we have slow down. So this is also a card 9. It says, when you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. I feel like that one would be aimed at me. Shots fired. So you also have, ooh, okay, you have unity. This is card 42, so that reduces to a 6. Okay. You have, oh shit, okay, I feel like you're getting conflicting messages. All right, I love it already. Time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. Wow, okay, so I had a really hard time reading that, much more so than I did for any of the other cards, any of the other groups. And my eyes just like kept jumping down the line and like transposing letters. We're going to talk about it, but just I want to make a note of that because I feel like in terms of this time to go energy, well, actually no, we're going to talk about it now. I'm going to do things a little different. So this is a pretty clear message in the sense that we were talking about this with adaptability and with, we were talking about this with adaptability where I'm like, okay, I feel like you're getting a little bit of that like spark of inspiration, that new idea. Definitely with the air element, this rules your mind, your thoughts, how you communicate, etc. So if you've been kind of waiting for that inspiration, we have steps pictured here, so you've been moving toward it slowly. I feel like this is something where you're getting really excited because it's been a period of stagnancy. Again, maybe you're in my group where you're just go, go, go. You like to always be working on something, always be creating something with the number 5 here as well. And because we have 2 9s, I feel like you're really looking for a change. 9s always talk about wrapping up a cycle. And something I'm almost getting with time to go is that your guides really want you to know, your angels want you to know you are wrapping up this cycle, right? Something is coming into balance. I feel like you've really balanced your emotions with the heart here, and as a result, you're getting some type of manifestation from spirit that's either a direct material manifestation or it's an idea that you are going to be able to ground. But I feel like this is a really, because I'm looking over at like the design over here and it's her hair, but it's coming out of her head, right? This is a very intricate idea. There's a lot of pieces to it. So I feel like you're very, very excited and you want to like go, 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 go. It's like, cool, cool, cool. I finished up that stagnant period. Let's go already. And what I'm almost getting is that you're still coming into unity with this idea, and you're also coming into unity with the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. So the biggest message here is that yes, it is time to go. Yes, the sun is setting on this old cycle that you've experienced in your life. And your guides, your angels are helping you through that very heavily at this time. But to be sure not to rush it, because when I was reading this card, that's one where my eyeballs were just jumping around like they were hopped up on caffeine. And I haven't done that with any of the other cards or any of the other groups. And it's because like I kept like, my eyes kept kind of darting to the end of each sentence, and I have to go back and read the other ones in the middle. And then even between words, I'd like go from the first letter to the last and be like, wait, what's in the middle? So this feels very much like, try not to rush the process, even if you're excited or if you've been in a period of stagnancy for a long time and you're like really excited to be getting out of this. Again, we have some candles here as well. So this feels like, okay, I've gotten the inspiration, because we actually have 2 candles here. So this reminds me of the 2 of Wands. So it's like you've had your inspiration, you're ready to go, and now you're kind of like making your plans, and Spirit's like, that's fine, but take your time with it. Let things come to you right now, right? because there's like these little fish that are swimming toward her, and fish are always about, you know, our divine feminine energy, but they're also like abundance and prosperity. Let these big fishes swim to you right now. Let things come to you in the right timing, and just trust that you are headed in this new direction. You have a great idea, but I think it's going to be even bigger than you realize, because again, it's her hair, so it starts out like kind of smaller and then like ends up all the way out here, and it's like this really complex maze system. And then with the couple here that's dancing, I feel like this is like you and spirit are in this exchange, this delicate dance. So just try to, like, I know nobody likes this phrase, so don't shoot the messenger, but trust the timing, trust the process, because you are on your way. This is something that's worth pursuing, but this cycle in your life is kind of wrapping up first. And I'm going to pull more cards about that because I'm curious, but let's look at your tarot first. I actually want to go, I want to go top to bottom in this one. There it is, the Fool reversed. Okay, do you guys see that? Yeah, okay. You have, yep, okay, the Five of Cups reversed. I see. You have, oh shit, dog, the Queen of Wands. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, I'm good now. Oh, and you have Temperance. I have so much to say about this. Okay, let's dig into it, shall we? So with Temperance, we have Sagittarius energy, Queen of Wands, we have feminine fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Lots of fire. And the Fool, I always kind of think of the Fool as Aries energy, but some people think about it as Aquarius. And like I said, we have a little bit of like Libra-ish energy going on, and then Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with the air element. That's everything on the board currently. Yeah, okay, so this is something where I feel like this is something creative, but at the very least, this is something you've manifested. And look at the Queen of Wands with all the candles lining this path, right? It's like, you have been setting your intentions, whether you realize it or not. You've been manifesting this, whether you realize it or not. And it's interesting, we have two candles here that we were talking about as well. So I feel like this is something where there's this fear that it's going to go away because of like, oh, I just got this inspiration. Oh, it just came to me. But no, babes. You've been working on this for a very long time. You've been setting your intentions, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. And I feel that the fear this will go away is from this Five of Cups here. So it's really interesting that in this version of the Five of Cups, can you see? Yeah. Normally, there are 3 cups upright, and there's a dude, and he's looking, or no, excuse me, 3 cups that have spilled over, and there's a dude, and he's standing here looking, and he's like, ah, shit, my cups. And then behind him are 2 cups, and so he's like so caught up in looking at what he's lost that he's kind of missing the fact that he's got this dope, rad-ass opportunity still waiting for him. But it's interesting that in this one, it's 2 cups that have spilled over, 2 that are still remaining, and then we have this Ace of Cups kind of an energy direct in the middle, right? So this would indicate that there's something like there's a soul contract. This could be a soulmate relationship. This could be, you know, your like dream job. This is something with the 2 of Cups that you can pour your heart into, and it feeds you emotionally and spiritually the same level. You know, you get as much out of it as you put into it, right? And I feel like this didn't pan out in the past because we have the spilled cups. And with the letter kind of ripped in half here, I don't know why I'm getting for some of you, this is like a job or a creative endeavor you really wanted to pursue, and the contract fell through, right? Or it's like, I'm almost getting this image of somebody thinking that it's going to happen, and then they go actually look at the contract, and it's like totally ridiculous to the point where it's like, I can't sign this. What do you want me to do? Like, and it kind of feels like this was like a bait and switch situation, or the rug was pulled out from under you, or just like you really got your hopes up about this and it didn't pan out, essentially. If this was like a relationship, this person may have broken up with you over text. Super cool. This person may have broken up with you over text, or like, I feel like you've been thinking about the last things that were exchanged between you. And I feel like the thing is, because the 5 is reversed, I feel like you've been working your way through this, right? You've been kind of working through letting go of the sadness, or, you know, you've been doing the release work, the grief work. And you've been trying to, with the air element and adaptability, really shift your mindset about it, really think about it differently. And we also have this here where it's like doing the emotional work, where you're like ready to pour your emotions into something. And that's why this is manifesting now, right? But I do feel like there's this little bit of fear, because it almost has this energy of like, I have to do it now. I have to do it now. If I don't grab it now, it's going to go away, right? So that's why I feel like this is something where it feels like a missed opportunity, or the rug was pulled out from under you. There's something where it feels like I got to lock this shit down now, lest it lest it go anywhere. And what Spirit really wants you to know here, with the Fool reversed, is that this is going to be awesome. This is going to be a beautiful new cycle in your life. This is going to be something you can really trust. You can throw your heart into. You can just take a leap of faith. And I feel like you're almost there. You're almost ready to do that. But because the Fool is reversed, I feel like this is saying we're not quite there yet, right? You have time to go. So we're in this ending energy, but it's not quite yet the beginning. And so this is what Spirit wants you to know, is like, you are going to get there. Just take your time, because you're kind of wrapping up this old cycle and dealing with the last vestiges of this kind of heartbreak, disappointment, release work. And you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, I feel, with the Queen of Wands here, and like doing a lot of work on possibly your creativity. But you've also just been manifesting like a fucking mofo, which is excellently repetitive. Anyway, you've been manifesting quite a lot is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like the reason why, I don't know, I'm doing finger wagging. The reason why Spirit really wants you to wait is in this Sagittarian energy, because this is Temperance. You know, this is all about patience, divine timing, but also alchemy. You know, Temperance is taking two things that shouldn't really work together and blending them and making them slap. So first of all, this is like a relationship where you're really eyeballing a Sagittarius and it's not quite time yet. Don't worry about it. It is going to happen. But there's just things have to come into right alignment first. For many of you, I do feel like this is either work or creative project or something akin to that. But yeah, this is always a card, like I said, about, you know, divine timing, patience, as well as healing. So to be patient with the process, because you are almost to the end, but you're still kind of healing a little bit. But I also feel like it's because this is always about waiting until the exact right moment. This is the alchemy, the magic, where like Spirit is whipping up something just for you. And it's really interesting because in the traditional Temperance card, it's the Archangel and he has the 2 cups, right? Spirit is making something just for you. So perfect, so special. And so it just requires a little more patience and just like going with the pace that Spirit's trying to kind of help set for you in order for everything to happen perfectly, like better than you expected. Because you've really been doing the work. I can see that here. And at this point, you've earned it. You deserve it. Yeah, and with the stormy skies on one side and then the blue sky on the other, it's almost this energy of like, if you just give it the right amount of time, it's going to be great. But if you try to like pull the trigger on it a little bit too early, it might not go as well as you want. Yeah, it might just, I don't think it would be like bad, but it just might not go. And it's interesting too, because this side with the clear skies is under the moon. So I feel like really following your intuition about when to take action toward things, even if it seems like it's at a weird pace, follow your intuition implicitly at this time when it comes to taking action toward whatever this is in your life, because your angels are really leading you. They're super excited for you, and I am too. But it just requires a little bit more patience because you've come this far. Like look where she is in relation to the rest of the path, right? She's come this far and there's only a little bit more to go. You're right there. So just be patient with the process, because big, beautiful, gorgeous shit is about to take place for you. So for some of you, if you're getting really frustrated with having to wait, you're getting really frustrated with like, that's nice, but where the hell is my manifestation? I've been pouring my heart into this. Where is it? It just kind of requires, as much as possible, maybe like adapting your, because I just noticed too, we have a 5 and we have a 5 and a 5. So changes are coming, but adapting your mindset about it, right? I was actually just talking about this earlier today, but like the key to, for me, the key to waiting a long period of time, I feel like is unreasonable, is to just try to get into the Zen headspace of thinking that it's never gonna happen. Like, okay, so for me, like an example of this would be if I have a long car ride ahead of me and I'm like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be in the car this long. The way I handle it is I just get really Zen. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be in the car for the rest of my life. I live in the car now. Like, I live to drive all the time. That's my entire life, right? And I know it sounds like messed up, but then when 3 hours goes by and I'm allowed to get out of the car and live a different life, I'm just like, oh shit, I'm out of car jail. That's awesome. And it kind of has a feeling like that, where it's like, whatever this is, try as much as possible, see if you're able to like shift your mindset. And I know that's hard to do, but like shift your mindset about the waiting process. Excuse me, because I feel like you have a lot of fire here for this idea, for this new adventure. And it's just like, try to slow down and really enjoy every single step. And shift that mindset to a patient's mindset, however that best resonates with you, however that works best for you. You don't have to pretend you're in car jail. But just rest assured that if things are not moving as fast as you would like, it's again because there's a lot to it, there's a lot of moving parts, and it's also going to develop into, I feel like, more than you ever expected. Excuse me. But also that your beginning is on its way. You're in this moment of transition right now. But you are coming into unity with this beautiful opportunity that you've been manifesting. I don't know why I want to pull you guys just like a couple of tarot cards. I don't even know what the question is. I just want to see what comes out. Because I feel so called to, yes, very timid yes on that one, but we'll see. Yeah, it's that one. I want to look at this, but okay, yeah. I was like, I wanted to look at this, but I don't think it applies. Ace of Pence in reverse. So yes, that beautiful, very solid new beginning, it's on its way. So we have the Tower reversed and the Page of Pence. There it is. And this was the timid yes. Okay. The Page of Swords. There we go. So this is gorgeous. With the Tower reversed, you've really been, excuse me, like I said, doing the work, making those major changes, especially with a volcano after some type of like blow up or eruption in your life. Or in this circumstance, this is kind of represented with that Five of Cups. You've really been doing the work, and as a result, this new opportunity is coming to you, and it's going to be the beginning. I feel like it's going to be something totally new for you, right? And I feel like with the Page of Swords being reversed, I feel like you're generally somebody who is very cerebral. You're very inquisitive. You're very curious. You might be really handy with, like, you might be really good on social media, or like you're very communicative. I feel like you're just always in this, like, I want to learn, I want to grow, like, yes, go, 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 go. Like, you have this kind of thirst for knowledge, this thirst for learning the next thing, this kind of like, yeah. Because like, to me, the Fool is almost like if you took the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands and you smushed them together into one person, boom, and then put them in an adult's body. That's the Fool. You take the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands, and then you give them an adult body and tell them to jump off a cliff and just trust. Like, that's the Fool. And I love it. I'm here for it. And I feel like you're somebody who's usually like, because we have this little like trellis structure, like when you want to do something or you want to pursue something, it's like you want to plan it all out. So maybe you're like prone to go like research binge, or like you're trying to, you're really curious, you're thinking a lot about it. It's like, it's something here where like your learning process, I feel like, is to get very obsessive about something sometimes because you're very excited about it, and you're being asked to just take things instead one step at a time. So you're being asked to learn a new process, because we have two pages, and the pages are always the students. But the Page of Pentacles learns differently. The Page of Pentacles kind of goes out and explores and like decides what they want to. So instead of like researching and like learning a lot in more of a traditional way, the Page of Pentacles likes to kind of go out and observe and see what's out there, and like see how other people do things, and kind of decide based on what's in front of them, like what they've noticed, what they've witnessed, what it is that they want to do, right? And I see with all the different sauces here for this Page of Pentacles, the tenders, you might have a lot of options in front of you, and you're trying to really figure it out. But with a little infinity symbol on one of them is connected to your manifestation. One of them is, one of them is the path that Spirit is leading you to. So don't be afraid to kind of go out and explore. Take your time with this process, because like I said, I do think it's going to lead you somewhere really beautiful. There's going to be, the page turns into the king eventually, the king or the queen eventually, and they run the empire that is the Ten of Pentacles. This is going to be big. This is the start of something huge and incredible, and it's fucking awesome, if I do say so myself. It's gonna absolutely change your life. So keep that in mind when you're like, I want to know now, I want to go now. Like if you can't figure something out or you don't have an answer, or you're just like, go, 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 go. This is the beginning of the next massive phase in your life. Like I'm feeling like multiple decades long project or phase, relationship, etc. So don't be afraid to take it one step at a time because it's not going anywhere. So I think that is just about everything I see here for group 3. This was super duper exciting. If you need help with your specific circumstances or situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. Other than that, I'm wishing you guys the best, brightest, most beautiful things that life has to offer, and I will talk to you soon, love bugs. Take care. Bye.